Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at AMC. Dare I say it, AMC. Oh my gosh. I'm going to lock up the comments on this one because I found something out today. First, an apology. An apology is not to AMC people, but to the Hyliion people. I had in the past thought and mentioned that you are very passionate and very violent with your comments. That goes to the AMC people. The color commentary I got for stating facts was insane. Hurtful to a lot of people. To me, I don't care. I grew up during the war. I faced 12 years of war before I was 18. Guns in the face. Nothing compares to that. Hurtful comments from some troll on social media is not going to ruin my day. Although it's a sour note, so I'm going to lock up the comments. And I'm going to stick to facts. Maybe present an opinion at the end. So I'll start with one fact, which is true for everything. If everyone had the same opinion as you do, there would be no market because there'd be no sellers. If you think you're right and you want everybody to be of the same mind, and if they're not, they're colorful comment here, colorful comment there, then you can't profit. If you're very smart, you should just take that and use it to beat the idiots out there that you call idiots. So that's a fact. And I don't have a trade in this one. I haven't traded it. I'm not short. I'm not long. I don't have friends that are short. I don't have friends that are long. I am not from Wall Street. I know nobody on Wall Street. I help people, thousands of people actually, over a decade, do what they can do against Wall Street. So here's another fact. Wall Street rigs the game because they made the rules. So if you want to play in this, you have to play by their rules. It's doable. So the Wall Street gang, and it is a gang and it's not a four-letter word. When a bunch of people get together and act as one, they are part of a collective called the gang. And like the Wall Street gang, there is the Reddit gang. Not a derogatory term. It's an actual description of two different sides of a battle. I like the fact that Reddit is taking it to Wall Street. What I don't like is how they're taking the collateral damage in the middle. So these so far have been fact. The gang on this side and the gang on that side. Here's another fact. This stock is trading based not on its fundamentals because the fundamentals have been deteriorating for a long time. You don't believe me? Check this out. Look at every successful company right now. Not one of them, I guarantee you that, not one of them has a chart that looks like this. So this is a fact that the business was already struggling before COVID. COVID had nothing to do with it until then. So let's point out where COVID was. Right here. So if the business was already struggling in a perfect world of COVID-free, so the recovery already happened and happened again and happened and we doubled it. So where's the logic in that? So that's my opinion now, that it doesn't make sense. If the business was struggling here or doing whatever it was doing here, now it's better with fewer theaters open, with fewer allowable seats to sell, fewer movies to release, more competition going directly to all kinds of streaming stuff. So this is another fact where it's a dislocation between reality and expectations. Another fact. Let's look at the financials. All right, so let's look at the overview. Flat revenue, that's the blue bars. Profit margins, obviously, last year they couldn't operate. Debt soaring. Now they have liabilities up to $13 billion, completely eclipsing the assets. So they sold assets and amassed debts. So the debt to asset ratio is soaring. That's not a good situation. It allows them to stay afloat, but it ties the management's hands. So when a company wants to do whatever, guess who has a say in it when you have so much debt, if it is actual bankers? The banks. And they will not allow you to do your projects to grow. I speak from experience from my corporate past. So the cash flow from operations is gone. So it went 580 million to minus 1 billion. just to operate. So not an ideal situation. In fact, let's look at another thing. The income statement, right? That's fact. They report that as legal document. 5 billion before COVID year. I'm amazed that they got that much out. But look at the bottom line. They were already swinging between half a bill, 100 million positive, 100 million negative, and now it's 4.5, 4.6 negative net income. So there is a problem there. So fact, their financial situation is challenged. I don't want to say in shambles because somebody took offense to it the other day on a different company. So all this is fact. I've stated very few opinions. Is this a tradable stock? Sure. If you're fast and you're in on the Reddit, you can trade it all day, up, down, however fast you want. I made comments, and all the I wrote an article, and everybody got upset about me using the term gang. They took offense to it. So this shows inexperience. So here's the thing. Wall Street, the battle between Wall Street and Main Street on this and other stocks like this one, let's call them GME stocks, is heated. In the end, Wall Street will win because it's their playground. They will rig it to win. We won't know where it's coming from. Trust me on that one. If you think you know everything, then you haven't been trading long enough to know that the potholes come out of nowhere. And they would be new potholes, things that we've never seen before. So in the long run, this is not going to last for a long time. The SEC used to make it illegal to manipulate stock price action and profit from it. This is exactly what's going on here. Before, it was, quote, the House that was doing it behind closed doors, but in an orderly fashion. You didn't see these when Wall Street was in charge. So this is a pure stock manipulation that somebody knew about ahead of time and acted on it, and then got enough people to go along with the idea, and then boom, instant profits for them. And screw the guy that bought up here. So this is all fact. It's not an opinion. It's manipulated. This 800% rally did not happen because they had a fantastic quarter, or they bought out another company, or they came out with a new business model and now they're going to be delivering newspapers. None of that. It just happened because a whole bunch of people said, let's get there. That's it. So that's fact. So trading this going forward, for the poor schlep that's trying to trade it and invest in it, first of all, I wouldn't touch it for an investment just because it's manipulated and I'm not in on Reddit. If I wanted to invest in it, I better be in on Reddit to see what's going on. So the range, there are buyers here. That's a fact. There they are. Look. There are sellers here. They showed up yesterday. My comment was that there were buyers into 10, there were sellers into 13. That was my comment. That is fact. It's not opinion. So the sellers showed up going into 13, the buyers showed up going below 10. So if you lose this, they're going to test the next buyer, which is about 750. And then the next bunch of buyers, which is around six o'clock, I almost said. $6, 550. So do I care if it goes here? No, I hope it doesn't. People are invested in it. Do I want it to go to here? I hope it doesn't, because it doesn't deserve to be up there on fundamentals. But I wouldn't short it. That would be insanity. So somebody made the comment that it's going to 100,000. I hope they're kidding. Another guy made a comment on Hyliion that he took out 50,000 on his credit card behind his wife's back. I hope he's kidding, but I don't think so, because he had 12 likes on that comment. So that's a little concerning. So how do I trade this? If it takes out 1240, then the buyers will step in. They'll stutter around 1450, and then it's open air, basically try to do whatever they did here. So I wouldn't short this. Do I go long? As a trade, it's doable, but it's if you're fast enough. So the first place to hold, buy the dip into this, but tight stop, because if it's lost, then you don't know how far they're going to go. It all depends on time frame. So this is just a daily chart. If you really want to get actionable data on a faster term, like here, I can tell that there should be sellers around 1130. There should be buyer around 10, like I said before. That confirms. This candles matter, so the edges of it matter. 1160 to 1220. So there's a whole bunch of data at different time frames. So how fast are we trading? That's the question. So look, this was a prior fail. It played a pivot here, so they're trying to hold this bunch here. So there are no coincidences on the charts. Yes, the rhetoric takes hold and then it goes ballistic. That's why that was part of my point, is that this is trading under manipulation. It's I don't care about it. The only thing is that I hope I hope it stays confined to a group of tickers. So I would hate it. I would quit if the whole market was like this, or actually would change to do it, to like join a group or form a group large enough to be able to manipulate legally. But it's not legal yet. So until the SEC says yes, it's legal, you guys can get 100,000 people together and start buying a stock up, and then dump it on the poor schlep that buys it up here. Maybe they can do that. Until it's legal, I'm definitely not going to participate in it. It's fun to watch, but it's also concerning that it's happening. It's like watching crime happen and the cops aren't doing anything about it. Anyway, any part of this upset anybody, then you should check your emotions and revisit it, because I didn't say anything. I didn't lie about anything. I didn't take any sides, because I'm definitely not Wall Street, and I'm definitely on the side of the Main Street guy and gal, because that's who I deal with every day. So if any of this upset you, then you're too emotionally involved, and you should just check that at the door when you're trying to profit from the stock market.